Hopefully I get the same good parking spot as I did earlier. And water just dripping. That's not right. Looking for a parking spot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this morning goes. Mr. Slap him in the truth. Shout out to Freddie Jones. Look like I got a good parking spot today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull up in this joint. Last time I parked in this parking spot, it had me confessing my whole soul to y'all on the live stream. Workout of today is shoulders. We'll be doing some shoulders. Shoulders will be the workout of today. As we stay fit. Listen, I'm going to tell you something, man. The scriptures say, whenever I bring up working out, right, I always get pointed out about the scripture that says bodily exercise profiteth nothing, right? I'm going to show you this scripture, right? Bodily. Am I spelling it right? Bodily. There we go. I think I'm spelling it right. Let me go to the New Testament. This is New Testament, right? So 1 Timothy 4:8 says, "For bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promises of life that now is and that which is to come." Now, the point of this, right? I'm going to read the verse above that. "But refuse profane and old wise fable, and exercise thyself rather unto godliness." So when you read verse 7 before you read verse 8, it's not saying that your that you shouldn't work out, that you shouldn't stay in shape. But don't let put your value in your physical strength, put it in your spiritual strength. So what I would recommend, brothers and sisters, there's nothing wrong with staying in shape. There's nothing wrong with getting a diet that's healthy. We not all, first of all, just so you know, we not all the same shape. We're not supposed to be the same shape. We ain't supposed to be the same size. We ain't supposed to be the same nothing. But you do want to stay in some type of shape is definitely something that you should do. And I ain't even talk about going to the gym and being this whole super powerhouse workout person. I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about being in what makes you feel healthy, what makes you feel good, right? So now, there was a post that I put on my Instagram page that sparked the initial part of this live stream. So the initial part of this live stream, let me share this first. Hold on, let me share this on Facebook. Y'all messed around and deleted my damn broadcast channel on Instagram. I don't know why the hell I did that shit, man. I was so fucking mad. But let me share this. Live. God damn it. Hold on. Discard. Let me share it again. Why the fuck do I keep doing this shit, man? Hold on. I'm trying to share this on my Facebook. Hold on. Live. There we go. Live now. All right. So I just shared it. So now, YouTube very hating on your beard cap. I don't know what that means. very hating on the beard. I don't know. It's like I know you're getting ready for the gym. Could I get a breakdown of Romans 1 and 16 and the Greek mentioned here? Oh, okay, yeah, you could do that. It says, I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation for everyone that believeth, to the Jew first and to the Greek. That's the whole theme. Like when Christ says the Son of Man came to save that which is lost, and then a perfect scripture. I cut somebody, so I'm gonna incorporate a few things. So I was dealing with some Christian yesterday, right? And so he went to the book of Acts 10 and 28. So in Acts 10 and 28, which goes right, and Lacum, this goes right into your Romans, the first chapter. So in Acts 10 and 28, it says, it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come to one of another nation. So he looked at that word alophilos is how it's pronounced. And that word alophilos is only used at one time. And so he used that to say, well, you see how it, oh shit. You see how it says there that it's only used at one time and it translates to another nation. So now, what I did, of course, was he said, what do you think of that? So I had never seen the word. So here was my response. I said, well, what I would say off the top of my head is that Caiaphas said the same thing about another nation. So in Romans 1 and 31, I believe, I'm sorry, where we go? I'm trying to get to the scripture there. 1 and 16, when it says Jew first and also to the Greek, always remember now, and here's what's important whenever you breaking down this whole Gentile thing. They cannot say that even in the New Testament that they was teaching for everybody and use this verse. Because if it says to the Jew and then to the Greek, then that would have to be only to the Jew and the Greek. So the minute they try to make it seem outside of a Jew and a Greek, you can't say that, because if you take it in that literal sense, it can only be to the Jew and the Greek, because that's what the text says. So it can't be to an Egyptian, it can't be to a Jebusite, it can't be to a Moabite, it can't be to anybody except the Jew and the Greek. Now, once they start breaking down that this is going to anything outside of that Jew and the Greek, now you got them. Because now Greek has to have a context if they're making it like that, right? So, Mikhail, Greeks do not represent all Gentiles. And here's what I'll do, Mikhail. Oh, Mikhail, here's what I'm going to do. You can join my live stream. I'm going to put my phone number in the chat. So I'm putting my phone number right now in the chat. Call now. I'm putting my phone number in the chat. If you can call in and you can come on my live, because you said, so Mikhail said, God sent his son born of a woman to save us all. I would like for you to come in and prove that. So Mikhail, I put my phone number in the chat. Call now, Mikhail. I put my number in the chat twice, so you don't have no excuse. That's my phone number. You can call in now and then prove your case. So now Greek has a context. So I'm going to go back to breaking down the scripture. We'll see if he has the heart to call. All right? So now when you look up that word, it'll tell you in a wider sense, the name embraces all nations, not Jews, that made the language, customs, and learning of the Greeks their own. And that was the Israelites. The Israelites were the Greeks, and in the sense that they made the language and custom. It's almost like us being American. When we first came over on slave ships, we wasn't called American. But now that we adopted the customs, like next week, everybody gonna be American. Everybody gonna be celebrating the 4th of July. Everybody. So that's an example of the Greeks. Now, but what I was saying as far as Caiaphas, so when you go to John, the 11th chapter, this is for you, Lacum Yala. Now, I put my number in the chat. Hey, Mika, if you could do me a favor, if you could just put my number in the chat and remind Mikhail he can call in, please take that same 862 number And if you could re-put that in the chat for me, I would greatly appreciate that, Mika. Mika, the best mod on the planet. So now, look, I love to call in, but I don't have time, unfortunately, as of now. I just want to preach that. Listen, that's how you know who really about this life and who ain't about this life. Because now he said he can't call in. He ain't got time. He got time to type, but he ain't got time to talk. It's easier to talk than type. That's how you put people on Front Street. You're either about defending the gospel or you're not. So now, in John the 11th chapter, this is what Caiaphas says, and this is an important part to remember. This is John 11 and 47. It says, then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being a high priest that same year, said unto them, ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that he should die for that nation. So now you got Caiaphas saying he should die for that nation, which we would think that nation is just them, just Israel, all Israel. But he's specific. Then he says, and not for that nation only. So now, and remember, Caiaphas is prophesying. So he's saying, and not for that nation only, but that he should also gather together in one the children of God which are scattered abroad. Once he says the children of God, look, come. You want to go right back to Romans. And I love going to Romans 9. Romans 9 and 8 says, that is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God. But the children of the promise are counted for the seed. So now, once you establish that Paul is saying the children of the promise are the seed of God or the children of God, now we know the promise is only for, now we know the children of God can only be Israelites. Because that's the qualification. You have to be the children of the promise. There you go. All right. So now what sparked this room, the two things in here, right? It's two posts that I made on my Instagram that sparked this. So one, I'm going to read this verbatim and I want to get y'all opinions on it. So I saw this post and the comment was made by a cat named Kong Kalan, right? And so it says, this is funny. Imagine pouring your entire career into conscious music, uplifting black people, only for your biggest song to be about someone you hate, then having to perform that song called They Not Like Us in front of a white crowd over and over on Juneteenth because they didn't come to hear your other stuff. Pathetic. Now, I thought that was crazy, right? So I asked so I made a poll about it. So I put a poll. Let me look at the poll and I'll show you. So the poll has 341 responses. I'm going to show y'all. The poll has 341 responses. 73% says he does not have a point. 27% says he does have a point. So I want to know what y'all, can I create a poll on here? Let me see. Start a poll. Here we go. Now here's what I'm going to call you. Is Kendrick, the poll is Kendrick turning a negative into a positive? That's the poll. So I just put a poll. So I need everybody. I know y'all probably listening, but I need y'all to quickly grab your phones and I need y'all to vote. Is Kendrick turning a negative into a positive? Now, this is the premise. The premise, of course, is Kendrick and Drake had their beef. Now, Kendrick made that They Not Like Us. And I think the chorus, the beat of course, is phenomenal. Bam, 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 bam. Let me play some of it. Let's see. Let me see if I can find They Not Like Us. Hold on. Do I have that in my gym playlist? No, I think I took it out of my gym playlist, but let me find it. So let's see. Hold on. Let's look up They Not Like Us. Here we go. So let's play some of it. I'm gonna play some of it, all right? So let's play some of it.
Hey, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw, man down, para elbow lambs, tell him breathe, bro, Nella.
That beat hot. That beat is hot. All right. So now you got the beat, and the They Not Like Us, and so we can all resonate because that's damn near like a slogan. They not like us. I mean, I would say that, like, they not like us. Even like the A minor. And so the song, I don't even think people, even when he say sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Like when people think of They Not Like Us, I don't even think they think about Drake no more. Think about that. Like, I don't even think like, I don't think about Drake. I don't think that song is like back to back. Meaning when Drake was battling Meek Mills and he made that song back to back, it was like got the thing and they're going back to back. Now, the back to back ain't as good as Drake's They Not Like Us, but that song back to back became that beat is actually Nas Ether beat sped. I don't know about that. I don't know about Nas Ether sped up. I don't know about that. Because you can hear where the sample came from that. So I don't know about that. But when people think about that song, they not saying, damn, Kendrick getting in at Drake. I think they looking at like, that's a damn club anthem. That's a party. Like, that's a party song. Like, Kendrick put the perfect exclamation point on a battle. So now to turn in a negative into a positive, because of course, he took, and what I mean by negative, battling, degrading somebody and stuff like that, I'm not going to ever make it seem like it's positive. Although I ain't got no problem with it. Like, I like battle rap, right? And so, he then, as he's performing, he brings out the gangs and stuff like that, which I think is just for a moment. I'll look at over time if it's for something more than that. So, a lot of people are saying what they're saying about Kendrick because they look at it like, why did it take a song like this to bring people together? And so some people may not want to accept some of the answers, but it's a very easy and black way to answer this question. So I asked in the chat, does anybody know why this would gather people together and not the Black or the Berry? What's that song you had? Let me see. Hold on. Because I used to like that song. Let me see. Kendrick Lamar. Blacker. Is it Blacker? Blacker. Yeah, let me see. So now why wouldn't this song do it? Let me see if this is it. Like, why wouldn't it be this song right here? Now, the Black of the Berry came out, and I thought the Black of the Berry was fire. That's when he was on his super duper pro-black ride. And people wondering why that doesn't, why didn't that? Yeah, I'm coming to the cookout in Detroit. Yeah, I'll be in Detroit. It's August 1st. I'll be in Detroit. So people want to know why that Black of the Berry song don't work as far as galvanizing and uniting all these different gangs that came together and everybody rocking with the song, turning it into an anthem. So Bundy Blair said people just love to see another man's downfall. I don't think, okay, it's not so much that people love to see another man's downfall, but what black people love is the fight. Like on the left hand and the right hand, black people love the fight. If there's a battle, if there's something that proves something, like it could be spiritual, it could be carnal, but if it's a battle and you can declare a winner, That's what we love. You think I'm lying? I'm gonna show y'all in the Bible. So I'm gonna show y'all. This is in the Bible. I'm gonna show y'all. So you got. I'm going to. Is it First Kings or Second Kings? Let me see. Yes, this is in First Kings, right? Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all right where we love the battle. Two opinions. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. So this is First Kings 18 and 20. I'm gonna read some verses. I'm gonna show y'all what I mean by the battle. Everybody says there's somebody you should listen to us. They will only follow you if you could defeat an opponent, if you can defeat an enemy, if you could defeat somebody on the opposing side. That's what we look at. And again, on the left or the right. So this is 1 Kings 18 and 20. It says, so Ahab, now what I'm about to read to y'all is what I am. I'm about to read this to y'all when y'all, because like, I do this on the right-hand side. So here's what I mean by that. I know that because black people love to battle, that's why I battle all the time. That's why I go into different spaces. That's why I go into different arenas, because I know that people respect the battle. People respect, did you defeat somebody? Who did you want me to follow you? Who did you beat for me to follow? What enemy did you destroy for me to follow? Let me show you. Captain, the battle was decided since the beginning. They did not like Drake because he's, I'm going to tell you something. The battle was not decided in the beginning, and it's capped that they just didn't like Drake because he's light-skinned, because they like Drake when he battled Meek. Like, y'all, I don't know why. Before I read this scripture, here's what I don't understand. I didn't stop listening to Drake because he lost this battle. Why? And this is the power of a battle. The power of the battle is like, because Kendrick won the battle, now everybody got to have this vitriol for Drake, as if Drake don't make good music. Drake makes good music. I mean, stop fronting, man. Listen, man, y'all got to be honest, man. Drake made good music. That's like when Nas and Jay-Z was battling and Nas won. You don't stop listening to Jay. Now we got to start talking all this old light skin, mix this and mix that. What difference with Drake is that Drake was damn near the only one, but it ain't Drake's fault that everybody can't make hits like Drake. That's not his fault. He's just good at the shit. Like Drake is a man that if you give him a hook to sing, if you give him lyrics to say, if he write his own lyrics, what the nigga touch be gold, it be hitting. And I ain't saying that Drake is for the streets, but Drake makes hits, man. Stop hating on him, man. It ain't losing a battle don't mean the nigga's now corny forever. So let's stop that. And again, that's why when you say Drake copied a lot of good hits, I don't know nobody who has not copied somebody else's hits. I just mentioned Jay-Z. How many times has Jay-Z quoted somebody else's lyrics? Cameron quoted somebody else's lyrics. Nah, everybody has done that. If you think about it, hip-hop was born off of sampling hit records. James Brown is arguably the most sampled artist ever. Ever. When you go back into the beginning of hip-hop up until now, James Brown is sampled. One of Kanye West's biggest songs, Gold Digger, is a sample. That's what we do. No, I'm not saying they not bringing up his complexion, but his complexion was the same before Kendrick. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nobody brings up his complexion. I'm just saying his complexion was the same. So there's nothing that's not a sample. Like black music is like sampling is damn near our style. Think about this. Every time, let's say if an R&B singer does a song, when they do a remix, it's always a sample. Mary J. Blige, the queen, they call her the cheese. Mary J. Blige is the one that kind of brought hip hop and R&B together. Because hip hop and R&B came together because Mary J. Blige would take that hip hop beat, and you really got to be from the New York era, because what New York used to do with Ron G, DJ Clue, Double R, Who else? 007 from Jersey City. If you're from Jersey City, where I'm from, 007 was the man. 007 in Jersey City was the man when you wanted that fire mixtape. And what would they do? They would take the hip-hop beat, put it behind R&B, play the song. DJ Clue was famous for it. Ron G, Dog Time. Who else? I'm trying to name who I used to. Dog Time, DJ SNS, Craig G. Like all of them back in the day would take them mixtapes. So it's all a sample. So now we got to stop acting like because they do that copy. But back to what I'm going to read in the scriptures. I know that you have to go into every arena, especially where our people is at, and you got to defeat them. So even what Kendrick did, he knew he had, like Kendrick knew when he battled Drake, he couldn't battle Drake with something weak. He couldn't do like a 1-song joint with Drake. He couldn't do a 2-song. Drake was too much of a monster. Drake was Shang Tsung. Drake was Drago. Drake was Thanos. Drake was, and what I'm saying by that is Drake was the one guy that nobody, like, who wanted to battle Drake? Think about that. Who want, like, and this is why Kendrick is getting all of the love that he's getting. Because who wanted to battle Drake? Nobody. Everybody was afraid to battle Drake, except Kendrick. And so Kendrick comes in, and when he drops a They Not Like Us, now Kendrick has the ear of everybody. So I'm interested to see like what he does with having the ear of everybody. So now this is the scripture I'm going to read to show you that battling is in the Bible, right? So this is First Kings 18:20. It says, so Ahab sent, and this is my flex phone, just so y'all know, this the flex. This is my foldable phone. Y'all know me, I like to fold. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So now, it says, and so Ahab sent unto the children of Israel and gathered the prophets unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, even I only remain a prophet of the Lord. So now you got Elijah is one. But Baal's prophets are 450. So now it's one man versus 450 prophets. This is the battle. This is how I be going into how I battle. Like the way I talk, I'm going to read it. And I'm going to read it because the way he talk is the way I talk. The way he talk trash, the way I talk trash. So now, let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves and cut it into pieces of wood, lay it upon a wood, put no fire under it. I will dress the other bullock, lay it on wood, and put no fire. And call on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of my God. Sorry. I'm trying to make sure I get it. And the God that answereth it by fire, let him be God. So now this is like the first rap battle. I'm calling it a rap battle, but it ain't a real rap battle. But this is like the first battle that you see where he's saying, you call on your God, I call on my God. Whichever one could make fire come down is the God. That's the battle. And you got all Israel watching. And Israel is watching to see, okay, you say your way is the right way. You say my way, that way is the right way. Y'all gonna fight, and then we gonna roll with whoever win. That's what you're seeing with the Kendrick and Drake. That's what you see when Israelites, when I go into them churches, when I went into Kemet, you don't see Kemet no more. Matter of fact, it was me against the 450 Kemetic niggas. Like all of Kemet, all of Islam. I remember when I first got into battling in the conscious community, I had to go through Polite, I had to go through Bashir, I had to go through Shaka, Reggie, Amon Rasquar, Garfield, every single person, Sarah Sunsetti. I had to go through all of them. Where them niggas at? Where they at? Slade, dead, they gone, right? So now I'm gonna read. And it says, and Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose the bullock. So they choose the bullock, right? So now the 450 prophets go first. So I'm going to read it. It says, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God, right? Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is on a journey, or peradventure he sleep and must be awakened. Verse 28, and they cried aloud and cut themselves after this manner with knives and lances till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until until the time of the offering, even the sacrifice, that there was neither voice, nor any answer, nor any that regarded. So the whole time they calling on their gods, Elijah is mocking them, making fun of them. That's why can't nobody tell me I can't make fun of these gods or these people that try to trash my God. So here's what be funny, right? I had this Old Testament Israelite on Clubhouse yesterday. You want to know? I'm gonna tell you. You know how I say we shouldn't be emotional. So for those that don't know, here's what emotional means. Emotional does not mean that you can't get loud. That's not emotional. Because we're all loud. I'm naturally loud. If you was to be around my family, we all just loud. Emotional is if we're talking about one thing, like a tunnel vision subject, and then you got to veer off and talk about somebody personally, you got to change the subject, you start being not disrespect. You got to talk about them personally, you change the subject, you don't want to answer, now you're getting emotional. And so this guy, Yoshi on Clubhouse, bitch ass nigga, he gonna say he got mad because I was trashing a white boy on Clubhouse. And so in that particular room, everybody talks trash about each other. So I start saying, man, we not about to take up for no white boys when we talk about black people all the time. Shut up. You can't tell me that. So as we going back and forth, this nigga start talking about my teeth because he can't beat me. He start talking about whack. He start talking about Jenny Hanna. He start talking about the school. He start doing all of those things. And none of it bothers me. I try to tell people I am unfuckwittable. There's nothing that you can say to me about anything that's going to vex me. But when I know I got you vexed, I'm going to keep pressing your buttons. And I kept pressing them. And then in the middle of it, while he's all hot and shit like that, I just switched the subject, talk to somebody else about something else. Now he just got to sit there sizzling his spirit of hate and shit like that. Shout out to Big Will being a loyal follower. Appreciate that. So now, when Elijah comes, Elijah calls the fire from heaven. And as Elijah calls fire from heaven, he wins. And now Israel follows. That's why everybody is, if you want to know why everybody is rocking with Kendrick, is because Kendrick slayed the dragon. Kendrick beat Drago. Kendrick is Rocky, Drake is Drago. And Kendrick was Rocky and beat him. And so now because he slayed that dragon, Kendrick has the ear. I just want to see what Kendrick does with the ear. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the poll. So if y'all see the poll, there was 124 votes. 65% say Kendrick is turning a negative into a positive. 35 says no, man. Shout out to y'all for voting on the poll. Good job. I'm going to end the poll now. Now, the second part. Let me see. Let me put a poll up for this one. Let me put the poll up for this one. So now the second subject is miseducated black women value money over relationships. So now this is going to be the second poll. Do women value money over a relationship? Start the poll. All right, so now here's the second poll, y'all. Do women value money over the relationship? I want to see what y'all say to this one. And I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to tell you what sparked this one. So as I was scrolling on Instagram, I saw this post that I put on my page. Let me see how many comments it got. So this got 2,300. It only got 3 comments, even though it got 2,300 some odd views. So this is the post. I'm going to read it to y'all. It says, so I'm supposed to chase you so I could pay your bills. Yeah, okay. That's the post. Now, the scripture I thought of, I'm gonna show y'all the scripture I thought of when I saw this. When I saw that post, this is the scripture I thought of. Hold on. This is the scripture I thought of. This is Proverbs 6:26. When I saw this post, she says, "What type of women you talk about?" Any woman. I'm only talking about my people, but any woman. It could be whatever type of woman. Like this ain't because like women. Let me read it. So let me read the scripture. It says, "For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life." So now the reason why I thought of this scripture, because if you value money over relationship, you are a whorish woman. Now, some people might say, well, I got to be a whorish woman because I want to be secure. Let's say you get with a man and he has the money to secure you. I don't know if women know this or not, but you could be up this year and down next year with money. Money is something that can come and go with the wrong investment, with the losing of a job, business going slow. When COVID hit, how many people lost their money when COVID hit? So now, if money is more valuable than the relationship, you know what's going to happen when he can't pay your bills no more? You're going to look for another benefactor. So you have basically prostituted yourself. There ain't no getting around that. That's what I'm asking. So when you say what type of women you talking about, that's the type of woman. And I'm going to tell you the flip side why I call it miseducated. Because a man that wants a woman, he doesn't care where she works. Here's what I mean. If a man wants a woman, that woman could work at Wendy's or she could be a lawyer at the greatest firm ever. Because what the man sees, what a true man sees in a woman is either what she already is, what she has potential to be, or what she can do to uplift him. Because really, for all you women that think that your vagina, right, and this is another major problem, because your vagina, there is a price on your vagina. It absolutely is. You know that because men buy vagina all the time. There isn't a price on loyalty, love, motivation, support. There ain't no price on that. So when you make it about money and you get with that man and he's paying your bills and then you wonder why that relationship don't work, it's because after he's had that vagina enough and you have nothing else but vagina, you don't have no value. So when you make money the end all be all, you're telling this person, pay my bills because my vagina is so good. Here's the problem though. There's a lot of vagina out there. That's something you may not know. You may not know that. I don't know if y'all know, there's a lot of vagina out. There's a lot of vagina out there. So when you prioritize your vagina and your looks, and looks do matter, don't get it twisted. Looks do matter because nobody should want like an ugly person, but like when y'all start getting them BBLs and altering your body, you're really saying this is all that I have. Now, in your mind, you don't think you're saying that because you've been tricked by society. That's why I said miseducated women. This society has convinced you that a woman with a small behind is of no value. A woman with small breasts is of no value. A woman with no lips is of no value. A woman with no long hair is no value. But if y'all think about it, what woman with no ass has not gotten a man? She gets a man. What woman with no breasts has not gotten a man? She gets a man. What woman with no lips has not gotten a man? She gets a man. What woman with short hair has not gotten a man? She gets a man. There is nothing that's ever going to stop a woman from getting a man. Nothing. Until the end of existence, women will always be attractive to men. The uniqueness is that you don't all look the same. That's the uniqueness. You should never, listen, I'm going to make a separate clip out of this. Women, so to my Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, if the greatest thing I can tell you, your uniqueness is what you are naturally. Now, the hair part is just a style. So I'm not one that's against a woman getting a weave or cutting her hair low. Whatever style you like, it's just style. But whatever your body is, you shouldn't alter your body. That's what makes you unique. If everybody got a fat ass, then what is a fat ass? I know some brothers that do not like a woman with a big behind. They like a woman with a flat behind. I would love to tell you why they like it that way, but I'm not going that far. But I know brothers that don't want a skinny woman. They want a big woman. They want a medium-sized woman. There is no set way on how a woman is supposed to look. But you have made yourself, Black woman, you have made yourself so superficial that you have only put value on the surface and nothing on the inside. And so when you put it out that this man got to pay your bills and got to do all of this, you're telling that man to only look at you superficially. So he's never going to delve into your life to see if you're superficial because you was teased as a kid. You might have been touched as a kid. You didn't have no father, didn't have no mother. All he's going to do is say, I'm going to spend this money, I'm going to stunt, I'm going to show my jewelry, I'm going to show my car, and I'm going to get them draws. And then once you do it, and then because he paying all your bills and you freaking him off, and all you doing is freaking him off, all you doing is making him want to get somebody else to freak off because you don't give him the blueprint for what a woman is. You can teach a man a lesson about women that damages you. Meaning this, if you teach him all I need to do is pay your bills and have sex, why would he ever want to know what is on the inside of you? Now imagine a woman that values a relationship at all, without money. What I mean without money, if you're in a relationship, money is a part of. See, now here's what a relationship is. A relationship is money, love, commitment, motivation, inspiration, counsel, struggle, togetherness. All of those things incorporate a relationship. But if you come right off the bat talking about finances, you're telling that man what type of woman you are. That's facts. So we're going to look at the poll here. Let's look at the poll. Let's check the poll out. Do women value money over a relationship? 78% says yes. 22% says no. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you besides that. Like, I wish that Black women would understand. And when I say Black women, I'm talking about all 12 tribes. I wish Black women would understand that that money, Black men know that they have to take care of you. But that taking care of you is not always money. Stay Smart said, my wife slept in the car with me. Taking care of you is not always money. Taking care of you could be money, could be protection, security, counsel. A woman by herself is in danger. No woman, every woman wants a covering. That covering could come from her father. It could come from her brother. If it's like the school, like in the school, it could come from the school. But every woman wants some type of covering so that they can feel protected. Some place they could go where if something happens to them, they know that they have somewhere they could go. You want me to read that to you? This is Isaiah 4:1. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. I'm about to break some of y'all women's hearts. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. What day we talk about? Today. Now, In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, meaning make our own money, and wear our own apparel, meaning get our own clothes. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. This is in the Bible. Those women want their reproach taken away. Those women want that protection that they don't have. You don't believe me? Look at how single mothers raise their kids. I'm sorry, I don't want to say single mothers. Look at how single women raise their kids. You look at how single women raise their kids, you're going to look at women who are afraid, who have fear, who don't know how to protect their kids because that just was not their job. Booyah. Get 7 crazy women. Yeah, listen, man. Listen, I take them 8. No, I was going to say 8. I was going to quote Big Daddy Kane. But I take them 20 to 80, young, crippling, crazy. I'll take a crazy woman, man. Ain't nothing wrong with no. Listen, you need a little crazy, Mika. Mika, you need a little crazy out there, man. 20 to 80. Listen, take them. Big Daddy Kane had a song called I Get the Job Done. And in that song, he said 8 to 80. That's stupid. So I'm not going to say 8, but I'll take them 20 to 80. You know what I mean? Young, crippling, crazy, you know. They all need love. Why not? All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here, man. As always, I love rocking with y'all. I'll be teaching class tomorrow, 7 o'clock. I'll be teaching class. So let me know if, if y'all got any subjects y'all want me to go into. Just hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I'll go into those subjects. Until next time, shalom.